So it's been a little while since we've heard what Colin Cowherd is thinking about the Green Bay Packers. So today I thought we would listen in on his podcast from a couple days ago. And here are some of his thoughts. He's speaking with John Middlecoff on the Colin Cowherd podcast. So here we go.
That I've really noticed is, you always have to be careful. The grass is always greener. And, Aaron's seeing it now. You go from Matt Lafleur to Nat Hackett. You go from the Packers always have a stable offensive line to the Jets kind of makeshift. You go from no owner, stability Mark Murphy, to the Jets impulsive ownership. I think Matt Lafleur got a little lost because, McCarthy won a Super Bowl and then he takes over and he had some playoff struggles. And we always lump those on Matt Lafleur.
Personally, I don't know. You have to let me know what you guys think. I don't feel like the overall assessment was that in those years when Rodgers was with Lafleur, that Lafleur was the problem, the reason they lost. Obviously, depended on the game, the playoff game that was lost. But I think that most times it was either on defense or special teams. I think about the San Francisco game with Rodgers there. I was at that game at Lambeau. The blocked punt for a touchdown. And, that one, the defense played pretty good. The special teams was bad. The offense struggled. But I don't feel like Matt Lafleur was getting a ton of heat. Of course, he's going to get some of it being the coach, but I don't think Matt Lafleur was the problem. They weren't winning games. Lots of it was special teams problems, the offense not showing up in late games sometimes, which partly is Lafleur, but I don't think it was all his fault. But a lot of defensive struggles, especially earlier with Lafleur and Rodgers. But here we go.
I got to tell you, I'm watching Jordan Love at the end of last year, and I'm watching Malik Willis today, and those guys are both talented. But even Jordan Love last year to start the season, John, was raw. Like he looked like he just wasn't.
Yeah.
Jordan Love went from, really bad to like an MVP over the course of a season. Like you don't get an off season. You're in the middle of it. Malik Willis today, and maybe I'm making too much. That'll be the only game he starts. But I was like, shit, he's totally under control.
The other thing is this is not a player that was with them in OTAs and training camp. They traded for him at the end of the 53-man cutdown.
That's right.
You could argue through 2 weeks, the most impressive win of the season is Matt Lafleur winning a game with Malik Willis.
I think that's 100% true. I think that Matt Lafleur showed why he is one of the best play callers in the NFL. If you're the Colts, you know that when it comes out Jordan Love isn't playing, he's not playing. And so what are the Packers going to do? With a young, inexperienced quarterback, they're going to run the ball, and the Colts could not figure out a way to stop it until the second half after the Packers had already run for 200-plus yards, 160 or so in the first quarter. And so much of it came down to Matt Lafleur and his play calling with those runs, tons of misdirection, receivers in the backfield, receivers in motion. Just so much trickery from Matt Lafleur with Malik Willis at quarterback. And I think that Matt Lafleur has proved, not only from this game, but in just years past, he's one of the best play callers in the NFL, and he was able to do it with Malik Willis, who looked really good in the 14 pass attempts he had. They clearly weren't trying to put a lot on Malik Willis's shoulders, and a ton of, pretty much almost all the credit goes to Matt Lafleur and what he schemed up that game.
Incredible accomplishment.
Incredible. And I think because they struggled last couple of years with Aaron in the playoffs, I think he took the hit on that.
Yeah.
But I always feel with Aaron, and this is not disrespectful to Aaron, but Aaron was going to blow him off on certain play. Aaron's going to do what Aaron wants to do. So it was a 50-50 offense. Aaron's coachable, but he was going to do what he wanted to do.
Matt wanted him to play under center in the Shanahan offense to give him a lot of layups. And Aaron fought against it because he loved being in the shotgun, like you said, and seeing everything. And they kind of met in the middle. And what happened? He started to win MVPs. Matt Ryan pushed against it early on because you turn your back. Once you get comfortable, it's shooting fish in a barrel for those type guys. But Aaron loved doing his thing in the shotgun. And now he can just run his offense. But today, he just to corral Malik Willis with probably less than 10 to 12 plays. It's just, I don't care how bad the Colts are on defense. What a win for the Packers.
So that even makes me think, as they're talking about that game, when Matt Lafleur sees what this Packers offense was able to do in the running game, it sort of makes me feel like Lafleur may be scheming up some more of those runs because it clearly, not having Jordan Love and having to have Malik Willis out there where you're hopeful that it'll be good, but you obviously don't fully know considering he's only been with you for a few weeks and hasn't started a game in a couple, in 2 years basically. Matt Lafleur got more creative than I would say he even usually is, just because he was like, okay, we have to figure out how to run the ball, even if the Colts know for a fact we're going to run the ball. And so I would expect a lot more of that going forward in the running game, because Matt Lafleur now, I think, recognizes even more what this Packers team is able to do. And when you have Josh Jacobs back there with his ability to, bounce it outside, to make guys miss inside the tackles and just break away big runs, it's just going to be tough for any defense to stop this Packers rushing attack. And no doubt the Colts don't have a very good running defense. They got run for on the ground, against by the Texans week 1 and the Packers week 2. So no doubt it wasn't a very good run defense. But, the Packers, they could get Jordan Love back this week, but I would expect to see a lot more of these runs because of just how efficient it was. Those are my thoughts. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.